Okay, so we are in green again. We need to keep going with the TDD loop, which is a red-green refactor. Now we need to go again to red. So let's write another test to make this fail. So let's say we have a function, a test. It's gonna be test number 3. Okay, this is gonna be one of the good ones. Returns fish. Okay, again, let me steal some of this code. And now we're gonna say, whoop, so it's gonna be a 4, but this is gonna be fish. Okay, so let's run it and see what happened. And it's failing. We are returning 4 and it's expecting fish. Okay, well, so it's good. Now we need to move into the green, and okay, let's see how we can do it. We have here a number and we are returning that number without doing anything. Let's go quick for saying, okay, if that number is equals to 3, let's return fish. Okay, I know you will be thinking, okay, but it needs to be divisible by 3, and this is not divisible by 3. This is only checking the number 3. And yes, you are right, but we need to do baby steps. We need to keep going little by little, and eventually we'll get to the solution. Because if we jump into writing the final code, then that's not TDD, that's doing some tests and then writing the whole code. But it's not, it's TDD. So we have the number 3. Let's run the test and see if they pass. Hopefully they do. And no, they don't. I'm certain that 4 matches fish. Okay, yeah. So sorry about that. So it's good. We proved that we're failing as well. So we have 3 and the generate. We thought we have 4. It was a mistake. And now when it comes here, it's gonna go here. It's gonna return fish, hopefully, and the test will pass. Let's do it, and yes, it is good. Refactor phase. I cannot see any big thing, so let's go again to red. And again, let's make this conditional fail so we can keep making the code better and get to a proper solution. Okay, public function test number 6 returns fish as well. Okay, just copy paste this, and now we say we put 6 there, and it should return fish. Good. So let's run the test, and bang, it's getting a 6 when it's expecting fish. Good. So that's because it's coming here. Then its number is 3. No, then return number. So let's write the minimum amount of code for that. And now I think we could write another conditional. Okay, we could do if number is 6, return that, but I think at this stage it makes sense to do if divisible modulus or whatever it's called 3 is equals to 0. So if this number divided by 3 lets us with a 0, then it's divisible by 3 then. So let's do that, and hopefully all the tests now go to green. And yes, they do. Okay, now we are in green, so let's see if we can refactor something somewhere. Now I cannot see any big thing, so let's keep going. And yeah, public function. Let's move on into the next key number, which is going to be test number 5 returns pass. Okay, again, copy paste, and let's input 5, and let's say it's going to be expecting pass. So we input 5, and this class needs to return to us a pass. Let's run the test to verify we are in red, and yes, we are. it's not entering the conditional, so it's returning the number itself, which is bad. So okay, let's see what we can do. And yes, I want to do that again. So let's number is equals to 5, then return bus. Okay, let's run the test and see what happened. And now they pass. Good. So I'm sure you know what's gonna be the next step. For me, there's nothing to refactor, so let's write another test, and it's gonna be whoop, whoop, this one, which is gonna be, let's say, test number 10, return bus, because it's divisible by 5. So we put there the 10, and we let the tests as they are. So we need to go into red, and yes, we do. Again, it's not divisible by 3 according to this conditional. It's not 5, so it's coming here and returning number. So let's do the same trick. If we now we have two of them failing, say number divisible divided by 5 leave us with 0, then it's divisible by 5, and then we need to return bus. Let's run the test. Whoop. And yep, all go to green. Good. So let's keep moving. Okay, so the only thing which is remaining on the fish bus kata is the numbers which are divisible by 3 and 5. So let's do one of those. Let's copy this, put it there, and say number 15 is gonna return fish bus. So number 15 is gonna return fish bus. Okay, so let's run it, and failing. Good, we are in red. So it's expecting this, sorry, it's expecting this here, expecting this one, and this is the actual, which is this, is getting fish. That's because it's coming here, it's going to this conditional, is 15 divisible by 3, yes it is, then game over. So it's returning fish. Good, so let's try to write some code for this, and to make this go to green, and I'm gonna do if number is 15, okay, I'm sure you saw that coming, fish pass. Good, so now if number is 15, then let's see what happened, and yes, it does pass the test. Good, so let's make this go away because we knew since the beginning it wasn't good. So okay, let's say number 30, if my maths doesn't fail, should also return fish bass. Okay, so now let's run the test. Red, again, expected fish bass, getting fish. So let's make this go to green. So why don't we get this, for example? Okay, and we get this as well, and we say, so if number is divisible by 3 and the number is divisible by 5, it returns fish bass, because this is before this one, these two, and it's gonna be returning here. Okay, we don't need to care about this, it's gonna exit here, and good. So let's run the test and see what happened, and we are in green. Okay, so now we have the opportunity to refactor, and now I see an opportunity here. So we have this duplicated as well as this. So I think we can extract this to be in a function. So let's say I'm gonna have a function, I'm gonna say private function is fish int number. Okay, so we're in refactor, so we need to keep the same behavior but making the code look nicer. So, and we are gonna say, okay, so return this. Good. then we could say this is this number, and let's see what happened. And we're still in green. Let's change this to be sure like we are actually testing the right things, and it's failing, which is good. Let's revert that to 3. Good. We are still on refactor and we can keep refactoring. So again, this is duplicated. So let's write another function is bash, and we are gonna return that condition. Okay, and then let's replace this. This is bash this number. Okay, so let's run it, and here we are, all green. Good. Let's again change this to be sure we're on the right place. Good. It's good. And yeah, we could keep refactoring. That's something which from the beginning, from the test number 2, is being there. And yeah, let's see if you find it before I do it.